Her laughter hit me before her words did, a high, careless sound that cut through the hum of the party like glass in a blender. We were standing under soft golden lights, the kind that make everyone look happier than they really are. Her colleagues circled around us, wine glasses raised, expensive smiles fixed in place. And then she said it. "This is my ex. No degree, no future." The room laughed, even her parents. For a second, I thought I misheard, that my mind was playing some cruel trick. But then she turned, looked at me, and I saw it in her eyes. That tiny glint of satisfaction, like she'd been waiting for this moment. Something in me stilled. I didn't flinch, didn't speak, just smiled, slow and deliberate. I reached for the glass of champagne on the table. The bubbles caught the light as I raised it. "Cheers," I said quietly. "You'll never see me again." And I walked out. No one followed. No one called my name. The music swallowed the silence behind me. Outside, the night felt too clean, too quiet. I stood under the yellow streetlight and listened to my heartbeat, steady, unbroken. That was the moment I knew something had ended. Not just a marriage, something deeper, something inside me. It wasn't always like this. 3 years ago, she used to trace my jawline and whisper that I made her feel safe. I believed her. I worked long hours at the repair shop, hands blackened with oil, so she could chase her career dreams. She said we were a team. But teams don't humiliate each other in front of their parents. After that night, silence filled our apartment like smoke. She texted once, "You overreacted. It was a joke." A joke? She'd turned my existence into punchline material, and I was supposed to laugh along. That's when I noticed the signs I'd ignored before. The late-night messages she hid with a tilt of her phone. The new perfume she never wore around me. The business trips that came with a subtle perfume of guilt when she returned. Denial is strange. It doesn't come all at once. It creeps in, whispering, "You're overthinking. She wouldn't do that." But that night broke something. And when something breaks clean, you can see the lines clearly. I began watching. Quietly. I started small. A reflection in her sunglasses. His face barely visible. A hotel receipt left in the car's glove compartment. A second phone hidden beneath makeup kits. I never confronted her. Not yet. You don't strike when you're angry. You strike when you're certain. At night, I'd lie beside her as she slept, her breathing calm, even. My mind running numbers, dates, times, every conference, every late meeting. They fit together too neatly. I ordered a DNA test, not for her, but for me. She'd been talking about children lately, her tone suddenly tender. Something about it didn't feel like love. It felt like guilt. Days blurred into each other. I'd go to work, fix engines, watch metal bend and obey under pressure. I envied the machines. They broke honestly. Her phone buzzed constantly. I never touched it. Didn't need to. People who lie always leave traces. One night she came home late. I was sitting on the couch, the TV playing static. She froze when she saw me awake. "Long day?" I asked. "Yeah," she said, avoiding my eyes. "Client dinner." Her dress smelled like whiskey and cologne. Not hers, not mine. I smiled. I'm sure it was productive. She nodded, relieved I didn't push. I didn't need to, because the truth was already finding its way to me. The DNA results arrived on a Thursday. I opened the envelope in the kitchen. My hands didn't shake. My breathing didn't change. Negative. The child wasn't mine. She was 2 months pregnant. Said it was a miracle. And in a way, it was. A miracle how easily people can lie while looking you dead in the eye. That evening, I made dinner. Candlelight, music, her favorite wine. She looked surprised, maybe a little guilty. "This is nice," she said, smiling. "You're not mad anymore?" "No," I replied, "I'm not." Halfway through dinner, I slid the envelope across the table. No words, just paper. She frowned, opened it, read. Color drained from her face. "I can explain." I raised a hand. "Don't." Her lips trembled. Tears gathered. She reached for me. I pulled back. The silence between us felt colder than the night outside. The next night was her company's annual gala, the one she'd begged me to attend weeks ago. I went. She didn't expect that. When she saw me walk in, she stiffened, eyes darting to the man beside her, her business partner. I smiled politely, shook his hand, introduced myself as the husband. He looked uncomfortable. Halfway through the event, she tried to pull me aside. "Please, don't make a scene." I laughed softly. "You already did." Then I raised my glass, just like before, the same champagne, the same poised calm. "Ladies and gentlemen," I said, voice steady, "to honesty. It's rare these days." I turned to her, eyes level. "To my wife, for teaching me what it means to lose everything and still smile." A few people chuckled awkwardly. She froze, pale. The man beside her shifted, realizing too late that everyone was watching. I put the glass down. "Cheers," I whispered. "You'll never see me again." And I walked out, again. But this time I meant it. I sold the apartment 2 weeks later. Packed quietly. No notes, no explanations. She texted, called, begged. I didn't answer. There was nothing left to explain. Some people burn bridges. I build mine carefully, then walk away before they collapse. Now my days are quiet, the kind of quiet that feels earned. I don't replay the laughter anymore. I don't imagine her face. Sometimes I pour a drink at night and lift the glass just to see the reflection of that moment again. The calm, the control, the finality. It reminds me of who I became that night under golden lights. Not the man she mocked, the man who learned how to leave. Cheers.